Welcome back, ballroom dance friends. Today, I'm going to answer a question shared in our comments by one of our fellow ballroom dancers. And Shun Cheng asks, "Hi, Sunny. Love your videos. I'm an amateur masters male competitive dancer who has competed in couples for 4 years. Recently, I was asked to be an assistant teacher to a class of females. And I found myself having to learn the female steps. As someone who has only known the male steps, what is a quick hack to learn the female steps quickly? Please incorporate this in your upcoming information related to memory videos, if you can." Okay, folks, so the question is, when you start teaching, how do I learn the leads part if I started as a follow? Or how do I learn the follows part if I started as lead? And hey, guys, full confession. When I turned pro, probably my only fear was that I didn't know the leads part, which is crazy now. But anyway, frankly, competing up through the ranks, and as you may know, I competed newcomer, amateur, all the way through professional championship levels for many years before turning pro. But going up the ranks, I never once intended to teach. I never once wanted to compete pro. I only turned pro and taught because my partner made me, and it's one of those team sport type things, right? So, although I had took countless amazing lessons from world champions, and so I had learned the leads parts, I'd never actually danced them or led them, guys. So the good news is, Shun, it's going to be way easier than you think. I promise you that, okay? You may not realize it, but we've been discussing various areas of the brain, and I'm not done with that little mini series. We store dance knowledge in many, many areas of our brain. This is part of why it helps delay dementia. Anyway, you already have it hardwired into several parts of your brain. You just don't realize it, but you do actually know. You've already hardwired many of the follows aspects of dancing, okay? So you very likely have the visual cortex totally wired. You know what it kind of should look like as a lady, right? You certainly know better than any of those beginners do. Next up, you have your right temporal lobe. So you don't need to micromanage the music. I'm pretty confident if you're competing 4 years in the Masters, you can count the music, which for a beginner is hard. It's like multitasking multiple balls. That ball's automatic for you, okay? We've also talked about the neocortex. You've already got that dialed in for the follow. You just don't realize it. Guarantee you already know the names of those figures. You're probably very familiar, even if you don't know her heels and toes, of, okay, well, I just did a natural turn. What can I do after that? A hesitation, a spin turn, a close change. You know this stuff, guys. So it's not going to be as overwhelming as it feels, okay, going into the shoot. As a matter of fact, for everyone, I highly recommend taking advantage if your pro offers to let you assist in their group classes, guys. And assist in as many group classes as possible. I'm not talking about over time, but if they've got a beginning, an intermediate, a Latin, a standard, as diverse as you can, okay? It'll help you reverse engineer a little bit faster what the lead or follows part is. Okay, next up, in a nutshell, the fastest way at your stage of the game, Shun, to achieve this is to ask your pro if you can also assist in co-ed classes, meaning leads and follows are both in that group class. And in those classes, you should only dance the follows part, okay? In my experience, this is absolutely how you will learn the fastest. If you shift to privates to learn dancing or you study out of the book, it's going to take 10 times as long at your stage of the game. If you knew nothing about dance, I would go the book route, but that's not where you are. And you're actually going to end up being a much better teacher by pursuing it the way you're going to do it, okay? Here's some more good news. You're an experienced dancer. You're already going to know more than everyone else in that class. Frankly, you're already going to do it better, even coming out of the chute, than any of the other people in that class, okay? Your presence there is going to benefit your pro because it helps all the students get to a higher skill level faster. And the reality is if your pro needs an assistant, that tells me they probably have very successful group classes and they're an amazing teacher. What better resource to learn how to teach than watching your teacher teach? So when you're in the lesson, you're not observing the teaching process. It's a different process. You're trying to osmose and wire that dance into your own memory. When you're watching someone teach, you're learning how to teach, okay? It's a different game. And honestly, learning how to teach, in my opinion, is even more important than being a good dancer, because I've seen very popular dancers who aren't great pros, but hey, they teach great, they're fully booked. Likewise, I've seen a couple world finalist championship level professional dancers with zero clientele who cannot support themselves dancing because they can't teach, okay? It's an excellent skill. It's also going to help your dancing if you continue competing, guys. You are blessed to live in this day and age. When in the dark ages, when I started competing, it was prohibited by the NDCA and USA Dance rules for amateurs to teach at all. And in my opinion, looking back, I really don't think that was doing the dance culture and future of dance any favors. It was kind of hoarding the ability to teach with this small elite group of pros instead of passing along that knowledge of how to teach well to the upcoming pros. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to you learning. It is awesome that your pro invited you to assist. That means they see you as capable, even if you don't. And honestly, I'm going to go with their perception over yours, okay? If you're a lead, which you are, you also get the luxury of just physically being stronger. So even if you don't quite know the follows part, which you probably won't know at all at first, you have the physical capability of physically manipulating her through the figures, especially if you are a skilled lead. And if you are a skilled competitor, 99% chance you're also a very skilled lead, okay? Here's some more good news. I have taken from championship level world finalist pros who have no clue if they're the lead what my part is as the follow. They're still a great teacher. Obviously, as a student, I need to adjust, and it's more challenging to learn because I really only get to learn by feel. But as you progress kind of in your dance experience, you do learn to cater your learning style to what that pro, what their approach is. And honestly, so even if you were to start teaching full time, I'll bet you most of the ladies will be happy to pay you for that 45 minutes, even if you have no clue what their part is. Honestly, I teach many single ladies who are happy as a clam paying, and they don't want to be taught anything. They just want to follow me around because I'm a good lead. So I love that you're motivated to actually learn the follows part. This will make you a better teacher. But I'm saying, hey, don't panic if you don't have it overnight. It is not a deal breaker, friends. And also, at least in my region, and I'm broadcasting I'm the northwest coast of the United States. In my region, no one gives a rat's hair if they're dancing with a man or a lady in a group class. They really don't. They will appreciate the opportunity to dance with you, either gender, because you are a good lead or a good follow. That's it. They're not there to find a date. They're there to learn to dance, okay? And you have a lot to bring to the table that you might not realize, okay? So my final tip for assisting in class, you know, before you jump in there, ask your pro if there's anything they specifically want you to do in those group classes. And also ask them if they want you to assist couples who refuse to rotate. I always ask my assistants not to help those people, because I told people coming into the group class, if you don't rotate, I'm not going to cater to the class to you. And I found if I allowed my assistants to help those people because they couldn't keep up with the class, those people ended up scheming to get a free private out of that group class. And then everyone else in the class is thrown under the bus when they actually showed up and are doing their best by rotating to learn fastest. So you might just ask him or her, you know, how they feel about that. Just because you do, that pro honestly is doing you a great favor by having you assist if they are in fact a good teacher, which it sounds like they are. And so you do want to serve a good purpose for them too. And I'm sure you will, Shung, or they wouldn't have asked you. So I hope that's helpful, guys. I love when you ask questions. Thank you so much. It makes my job coming up with topics so easy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So guys, happy dancing, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Toodles!